Hey Illumineers, my name is Shaik and this is a new series called Budget Battle. It's no secret that a lot of fans can't get their hands on Lorcana products and thus aren't able to enjoy the game by entering competitive play. I aim to change that by testing out decks that cost no more than 40 to 50 bucks, which would be the price of 2 starter decks and some upgrades. So you will know what to take to your first tournament. Alright, let's see what we have. Okay, so that sucks. I need a 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see. We can ink the Goofy because we already have another Goofy in hand, and then start by playing the Mini. And because Goofy was red, and Mini is also red, our opponent doesn't know that we're playing Emerald, which is just a nice additional advantage. Another Goofy. Okay. We do need to keep up tempo. So we're gonna quest with the Mini. We are going to... Oh, I'd like to have this option. So we're probably going to ink another Goofy. This is our last Goofy. And then play the LeFou, using the LeFou to restand our Mini just in case, at least, you know, we've used its effect. Sapphire Steel, all right. Let's see. Sapphire Steel, so we need to be wary of the ink or the think combo. And grab your swords. We're just going to quest with these two. This is our next turn play. This so we have to do either the cat or the Jasper. So we're gonna remove the Jasper, play the cat. We could have gone the other way as well, because Jasper survives things like Smash. But I'd rather try to get the advantage now, as we have our next turns lined up. Our next 2 turns with the evasive characters. So now we can start racking up our lore. And the combo is something you have to be wary of, but because we are playing an aggro deck and we actually don't have the money cards, we can't outvalue our opponent, so we just need to go all in, right? Okay, so let's see. Without the grab your swords, this card will take out... well, it can take out the LeFou then. And that because it only does 1 damage whenever this character... Oh no, it does 2 damage. So we'll quest. And I think it's better to just keep up the pressure, or rather ink the Think, and then use the Dragonfire to take care of this dude, so that we still have our creatures on board. It's too bad that we're 1 off lethal. And we did have the grab your swords combo. but now his board is empty, right? So now we can play the Goofy and try to start up again. We are going to play the Goofy as it survives the smash, fire the cannons, stuff like that, and it's evasive. So our opponent can't slam into it with, for instance, this card. And now we're just gonna drop our hand. So now we have lethal on board, and our opponent needs to have some form of removal, right? Because you can't attack into these two cards, and the Goofy is evasive. Alright, and that's gonna be it. We have a 1-drop, we have a 3-drop. We don't need these cards. I'd rather get a 2-drop. And there he is. Nice. So we have a mirror match. We have a hand that's all green. I like to ink duplicates so that we have our options open. So either Jasper or Tink. I'm going to go for the Tink this time because Jasper will be relevant earlier in the game. Next turn we'll ink the Jasper. And now our opponent has showed us that he's playing Sapphire Emerald. And he has no idea what we're playing because we included so many emeralds, right? I believe 3/5 of this deck is emerald. He's just going to have to keep guessing what our other color is. And that gives us a slight advantage. Detective Mickey ramping up a lot here. That's not great for us. So yes, we can keep the ruby a secret, but this mini is the worst card in our hand at the moment. So we're just going to ink her and we're going to try to start gathering a lore with the Cheshire Cat. Hopefully we can outvalue or outrace our opponent before he before he starts doing stuff like this. Okay, so that's a Dragonfire target. This is a trade that we will take. And then this will quest. Let's see. This Jasper could contest the Mad Hatter. We'd want to play the Think. Turn 5, we also need to play. I'm going to save the Jasper instead of the Flynn Rider. Just because our opponent is at a high life total or a high ink total. Meaning that he can play some bothersome creatures, right? Like this. And a Meg would be a good draw next turn if he quests with Cusco and doesn't restand it, right? Let's see. I'm gonna ink the Aladdin, play the Dragonfire to kill the Mad Hatter. Our hand is diminishing, his hand as well, but we're ahead on board. And we're also winning the race. So if he comes with another disruptive creature, next turn we ink the Jasper, play the Genie, send that creature back. If we get a Meg and he quests with the Cusco, then we can attack our Genie into the Cusco. Mother knows best. Mother knows best. Let's see. It's better to get the Genie on board so that we have well, we already have lethal next turn, but I do think it's better to get the Genie on board. And then it's either the cat or the Think. It doesn't matter. I think that it's better for us to send the cat back, because with the Think he can give the Cusco evasive and the Cusco can attack into our Think. It doesn't really matter, but it's the little things, right? There we go. And now he needs to remove 2 characters. Might have let it go. And then attack into 1. Ooh, sudden chill. Sure, I'll discard this one. You can take this trade, and then I'm 1 off lethal. And he has the cat in hand. Yeah. And then quest with the Cusco. Or rack some damage on the cat so that you can take this trade next turn. Might also be good. As next turn, you need to get rid of both of these. And you only have a cat in hand. Alright. And then we'll just play this dude. Now he has to get rid of my whole board. Which I don't think he has a card that can do that. Alright, going second. Let's see, we got the 1, we got the better 2, we got a 3, so let's keep those. 4, let's keep it like this, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. So, ink the Jasper, because we got a duplicate of him. And play the Duke. Mother Gothel. Alright. We can answer that by inking our Meg. Well, he probably has the cat, right? So Meg would be beneficial. At a later point, I actually think I want to ink the Aladdin then to keep Meg. So ink the Aladdin. I think Jasper is going to be handy in this match because he can disrupt my opponent. And if we have to slam into the Flynn to gain some board control or tempo, then that's just something we'd have to do. It is a mirror match. Oh, nice. Nafu, restanding him. Alright, that's fine. Ink the Genie, because we're not going to be playing him anytime soon. And now we could have played either the Aladdin or the Jasper, right? We chose to go for the Jasper, so that next turn we can stop his Flynn. This LeFou could go into our Flynn, which is fine because then he loses a card in hand, and with the colors that he's playing, he doesn't have a good way to refuel his hand. And the Jasper hopefully will stop his Flynn so that we don't have to attack into the Flynn. All right. Okay, let's see. We're kind of losing on board. Mother Knows Best can help, but this turn we also have the Pongo, right? So then I think it's fine to ink the Meg, play the Pongo, just to keep racing, because our Jasper now is going to stop his Flynn, because Think has such a high attack value and can take care of our cards. We'd rather stop the Flynn. We can take the trade into the LeFou, but we still have the Meg, so I'd rather keep the Duke on hand to trade into something else. And the Flynn and the LeFou together can't take care of the Jasper, so that's fine. All right. Now that's a problem. Okay, so we're gonna ink the mini. We want to remove the Tinkerbell, but maybe it's better to Mother Knows Best to think, so that he gets it back on hand and has to spend his next turn playing it again, and then save the Dragonfire for something more problematic. So we're just going to play this, send that card back to the hand, and let's see, it's 6-6. So we're gonna quest with this dude, stop him from questing again. Keep the Meg on hand, just in case we do need it later on. Now we have lethal on board. Keep the Meg on hand. Let's say we draw into a Genie, we can ink the Meg, play the Genie. Or if he plays something problematic, then we can always use the Meg to take care of that. That takes care of our lethal. So now he is going to take the trades. Okay, let's see. He's on 6, we're on 17. That also puts him on 17. It's better to then play the Mad Hatter this turn and just try to go for lethal. I don't think there is... He has to take care of our board, right? Other than that, I don't think that there's a way for him to come back or like to get 3 additional lore. The problem with 17 though is that we have to take care of the Cusco, but no, but I don't think he can afford to lore. Take the trade. Okay. Sure. Then it's game. All right, so that was the full powered version of this deck. Now we didn't really see his deck all the way, but that should be the full powered version of the deck, right? With the Cuscos, he's probably playing Genies as well. Shield of Virtue, LeFous, Hans, also Hans, but he didn't have that good of a start. If I remember correctly, he missed his 1-drop. So, and then he also missed his 3-drop. I think that gave us the win. As you can see, it was a close game, even though he missed a few drops, right? So it would have been interesting to see how that would have turned out if he did get those drops. All right, we got a 1-drop, we got a 2-drop, we got too many 5-drops. I'm gonna keep that one on hand because it's a removal. And we're hoping for a 3-drop. Hey, there's our 3-drop. Okay, let's see. We have 2 Flynn Riders, so we're going to ink one of those. And then play the mini. Next turn, go into the Flynn Rider, probably inking the Goofy. And then hopefully we'll draw something else to ink to go into the cat. Hey, it's Ruby Amethyst. All right, cool. Let's see. We are going to ink the Goofy. I like to keep Jasper in hand just if we need it, right? Amethyst does have a few cards that can be problematic, so we'd rather stop them from questing. But those are like super late game. Things like Ursula, Elsa, maybe even Zeus. So let's save the Jasper, but like next turn, if we have to ink something, then it's gonna be the Jasper, because now we have our 3-drop and a 4-drop and our 5-drop. And our opponent isn't playing cards that now, and our opponent isn't playing cards that can lure for a lot at this moment. So now the question is, do we want to, because he has the Shield of Virtue that costs him 3, so he could take both these, right? But if we just let the mini stand, then, and I don't think we need that additional one. So just trying to make sure our opponent doesn't get maximum value out of his Gaston. No, right? Because it'll survive with 1 health, and then what? We're gonna slam our mini into it. Okay. Yeah, I think that, yeah, that was a misplay. We should have just quested with the mini. In this case, the Hatter is our only way to get additional card draw, so we're gonna ink the Goofy. Play this one, and then just oh man, we should have taken that trade, because now he can take our Cheshire Cat. Okay. Oh well, it wouldn't have mattered anyways. He's gonna take both of them. That was wrong, by the way. He should have slammed the Rafiki into the mini, because then the Rafiki would have survived. Flynn can go away so that we can play the Hatter and then continue doing this. And he's playing Ruby, right? So turn 7 is going to be a be prepared. And we're almost out of gas. Yeah. So it's going to be rough. I'd rather not commit to the board now, as it's only 2 turns away for a be prepared. And his board is empty. So we're just going to quest with the Pongo. See if he has another Dragonfire. He does not. And we could take care of the Goofy with our Dragonfire. Let's see. Well, I was debating on playing the Meg to... But I don't think we have to. We have a good lead as of this moment. Also, well, the Goofy does contest the Pongo. So let's Dragonfire the Goofy. Ink the Tibs. And then continue questing. And I think the Goofy is one of the few ways he can take care of evasive creatures. We're going to keep our hand, not going to commit anything to board, as our opponent also isn't committing anything to board. Because we're scared of a be prepared, right? Alright, he drew into a Dragon's Fire, that's fine. Unfortunately, we don't have a strong hand at this time. We should play something. I think then it would be best to play the Meg. Just have something out there to continue. To just have something out there to continue questing. And this is then the problem you have when you stack your deck with low-level minions. Okay, so we can dump our whole hand and hope he doesn't have a be prepared. And send the Ursula back. Otherwise the Ursula is just either going to quest and then gain advantage by destroying our minions. Let's see. Let's quest with the Meg. Let's play the LeFou to restand the Meg. And then play the Sergeant Tibbs. Because this will set up lethal in 2 turns. The next turn we can Mother Knows Best his Ursula. Look at the top 2. Okay. So chances are he does have a be prepared in hand, right? And now he's trying to keep up with us by playing his minions, which is fine. That's a good draw. So if we now quest with everything, we're on 17. He needs to take care of at least 2 minions, which he can. But think we're going to have to let him. And maybe if we draw into the big boy Aladdin, we can then take a trade. Keeping the Mother Knows Best at hand because the Ursula will give him another draw if he replays it. He needs to take care of at least 2 of our minions now, which he'll be able to do. But we're just waiting for our big boys. It's too bad that our last few draws were kind of weak. But it is what it is, right? The trade-off is that in exchange for having so many weak minions, we almost always have a good start. Wow, Dragonfire. Alright, so respecting the big boy Aladdin. That's actually the only card in our deck at this moment that we can't play. Nice. And he cleared our board. So this is where our opponent is making his comeback, right? Trying to prevent us from winning, having a board. And now hopefully we'll get our evasive creatures to counteract that. All right. Another Aladdin. Is it? No, it's not beneficial for us to play Mother Knows Best. The Rafikis have Rush, and the Ursula will draw him another card and steal another lore from us. So he needs to get another Dragon's Fire. Might have been more beneficial to use the Cauldron first before playing Friends. Right, because it doesn't add a card to your hand, no. Actually he needs 2 Dragonfires. Because he can't kill the Aladdin. Or he can't attack into the Aladdin, and he also can't attack into the Goofy. So I think this is it, unless he... Oh no, he can't play Be Prepared. How did he get back to 9 lore? That's weird. Or did he sing? But I'm sure that was a 5-year. Oh, that's so weird. Okay, well, anyways. Play the Mad Hatter, pass the turn. He's 8 off of lethal, so we have time. He's played, what, like 2 or 3 Dragon's Fires? So it's either a Be Prepared or a Dragonfire. Which he can have, mind you. Oh, that's a good draw. Alright, we're not going to send that one back to the hand as well. And here you see that Mother Knows Best does have its limitations, right? There are just some cards that you don't want to send back to the hand. So he can take this trade, give me another card in hand. Dragonfire to take care of the Duke. Sure, let's draw. All right. And the little guys win it. All right, let's see. We're missing a 3-drop. This will be our 1. These big guys can go away. Flynn will be our 2-drop. Keep an additional Flynn in hand to either ink or be our 3-drop if we don't see a 3-drop, which we do. So in this hand, ink a Duke, play a Duke. Let's see. Maybe next turn, because we do have the Aladdin 3-drop, but depends on what we're playing against. Because then it would be more beneficial to play Flynn on turn 3, right? Then we have 1 lore or 1 ink floating, which isn't bad necessarily, because if we would have kept the Duke in hand, so that we on turn 3 could play 2 cards, our hand would diminish real fast. Okay, steal. That's gonna be a problem. Let's see. In this case, I'd rather ink the genie, play the Flynn, and then quest with the Duke. Why ink the genie instead of the LeFou? Because the genie is green and our opponent has only seen emerald cards from us, so he doesn't know what the other color is. And if you can, that does give a small benefit, as now he doesn't know that he should play around cards like Dragonfire, Be Prepared. We have the Aladdins, we have the LeFous to restand, stuff like that, right? Amber Steel Song, interesting. So let's see if we can take down this deck. Now we have the bodyguard. All right. Does that matter? Well, the bodyguard can just take the Duke. We can play the LeFou, restand the bodyguard, then take this trade to get some additional benefit. I do think that we need that, so we're going to ink the Goofy, play the LeFou, restand him, so now he's no longer a bodyguard, so we can take this trade and then do this. So now if he wants to take the Flynn, he loses a card in hand, and then we can take this trade. If he wants to take this trade, then we can just quest with these two, right? Yes, we're not rushing, but that was just to prevent our opponent from taking control over the board, which is also very important. Otherwise, he would have taken this trade and probably this trade as well, and then it's just a 2-1 against whatever we would have played, another Flynn probably. And then this is now his turn, so then he could have played something else, and we'd be losing on board. All right. So he's going to start singing. Oh, I missed what card he was singing. What card he grabbed. Oh well. Let's see. We don't have that strong of a hand, to be honest. He's gonna sing all kinds of crazy stuff. Okay, so I actually want to play another Finn. I think the Jasper is more beneficial for later in the game. So let's do this. And just quest with everything. I don't even know if he grabbed grab your swords. He did grab your swords. Right. So basically, we lost that one because we didn't pay attention. We're probably going to lose this one because we didn't pay attention. Yeah, that's stupid. Anyways, let's see. Let's just make it the best we can make it. All right. He's going to be questing for 3. Us as well. A whole new world. All right. That helps. Because we're going to be racing now. Ooh, that doesn't help. So we need to Dragonfire that. Stop playing all these cards while you have no ink. Something's up with the ink. Okay, let's see. We have a lot of removal. Holy shit. Okay, the mech can go. And so can this dude. Then we can sing Mother Knows Best to remove the aerial so he can't sing again in his next turn, but I'd rather continue the questing because we do need to race. So if we knew that he grab your swords, we probably would have played like Jasper or something that could have survived instead of doubling down on the Flynn and then getting our board wiped. That would have still given him a +3 because he would have killed 3 of our minions instead of 4. But then the turn after we could have rebuilt with the Flynn, etc. Right? Alright, grab your swords. Noted. Okay, so we're gonna race. Let's see. We can remove the 2 aerials. That does make it so that he can... He has +6, so that's -2. Or just continue trying to race. I think it might be better to continue trying to race. Alright, making him or forcing him to play grab your swords. Let's see, because we can send these 2 back to hand, right? But he's not quite there yet. Well, in 2 turns he'd have lethal. So we can ink a think. That's fine. I think Mother Knows Best would be more beneficial, sending these 2 back to his hand. Or no, we're gonna save that for next turn. We're just gonna Going to play the cat, play the think. Give this to the evasive. Also, a good one. You can give the bodyguard evasive. With the think, you can give the bodyguard evasive, and now you can go past the bodyguard. Sing, grab your swords. Does he have another one? He does. That's too bad. So, be prepared would be real nice to have right now. All right. 9. Ink for 2 or lore for 2, lore for 2. Okay, let's see. We'd have 8 to work with. So the numbers don't exactly work out. As far as I can see, we need to get 7 on board. Can we get 7? This is 2, 4. No, we can't get 7 on board. We might be able to do something with this Aladdin. If he just tries to go for game. Because that's 1, and then for 4 we'll play the evasive Pongo. Oh, we could have played. Well, it doesn't really matter. Dragonfire is not something that we needed right now. So the next turn, well, we'll ink the Jasper. So gives us 5 together with the Aladdin. If he's able to take 2 creatures out, if we draw into a LeFou, then that would be 4 lore, 17 with the we're just 1 off. So we've probably lost this one. Which is too bad, but even so, I have to say, we did all right. Oh, that's game then, right? Yeah, that's exactly 11. Nice. Let's see. Let's see if we can find a 2-drop. We don't. Interesting. Probably going to ink the mini, play the tips. We don't have the Meg to buff up the mini. So that's why. Amber. All right. Ink this, play this. Hopefully we'll draw into a 2-drop. Oh, nice. We did draw into a 2-drop. Ink the Goofy, play the Finn. There we go. Opponent playing Amber and another color. And not off to a very good start, it seems. Steel Song again. All right. Okay, so that's a problem. Because I believe on 4 ink you can play the big thing. Is there anything we can do about that? I don't think so. 1 damage to everything, right? So the high health is more important now. That's why we'll ink Aladdin and then play Jasper. So if he goes into big thing, he'll, with the, it's called grab your swords, he'll be able to take care of these 2 guys. But not Jasper, right? And then killing off the tips. Yeah. Mother knows best. Is that a good tempo swing? Are we able to do 2 damage to another character? No, we're going to ink the Goofy, play this dude, and actually pass the turn. And if we get an inkable card next turn, we can Dragonfire the thing. If he has Grab Your Swords this turn, then he won't get rid of both our characters. Alright. Ariel gets to be our guest. It's fine. Alright. Okay, so that sucks. And I believe that if we play the Mother's Knows Best on the thing now, he'll get both of them back in hand. But I do think that's the best way to go. No, I do not want to sing this. Because we do need to keep inking, right? Or we do need to keep questing, right? Otherwise, we're gonna lose. Our opponents will just keep gaining advantage. Hopefully, at least we remove the thing from the board. So hopefully, we'll draw an inkable card next turn, and if it ever shows its head again, we can Dragonfire it. We can also try to keep stunning it with Mother Knows Best. Inking a thing, okay. And then just hard casting it, sure. Okay, so this goes away. Then we Dragonfire that one. And continue this. We're kind of losing on card advantage. Also because we gave our opponent 2 cards. Otherwise, it would have been steady. Oof. Okay. Well, it is what it is. Well, we couldn't have slammed into the aerial because then we would have lost our Pongo. And our opponent just won on board. Let's see, if we're going to keep playing evasive minions, then this Rapunzel isn't going to do anything, right? So let's ink this, play this, and send that back to hand. And now we have to be careful. Try to make sure that our opponent doesn't rack up enough damage for the Rapunzel to basically win the game. So hopefully we'll draw into our evasive characters. Okay, so we're going to make a swing for board. Instead of questing, well, if we take this straight, then playing the Think will kill our genie. And I'd rather not have our genie be killed. So that means that we can't play the Aladdin, or else he'll take this attack, or he'll make this attack, and then... Well, we can't play the Aladdin to remove a lore from him. Right? And then keep the Mother Knows Best in hand. Sure. Let's play the Aladdin, grab that, then do this and pass. Just in case we draw into the big boy Aladdin, then this card suddenly gained us a ton of value. Otherwise, he'll just sit there and be pretty. Another aerial, going for grab your swords. Oh, didn't find anything. Okay. Oh, one now. When she quests, right? You may ready your other princess characters. Okay. 7 to 3. We are going to play a Mother's Best. And we are going to play the Dibs. So just building up our board. If it gets destroyed by grab your swords, then that is what happens. But otherwise, it'll take us too long to get to 20. And now we have 4 on board. So next turn, we're going to 15 if we quest with the genie. So basically, it's lethal in 2. Which is still a long way off because our opponent is doing all these cool shenanigans. And probably will find a grab your swords this time. Oh, again, he didn't find anything. Okay. That's not the card I was hoping for, but it'll do. So now we have lethal on board. So he needs to clear my board somehow. At least get rid of 1 card. Alright, so grab your swords. He has to have it now. Yeah. Cool. That still leaves 2 characters up. We did. Let's see. That's 2, 5, 6. 6 is 13 plus 8. Oof. it is what it is. We are playing a budget deck, but we can still compete, kinda.